Today's snack is kind of like a grocery list. We're just gonna go through it one time through. So be very intentional in your movement because we're doing each set once. Let's start seated on the ground with those knee drops. We've done these recently. So again, I'm gonna start with my hands behind me, opening up through my chest. Swivel your knees left and right, keeping both butt cheeks on the ground. This is 3, 4, which I guess technically then we're going to 20. Here we go, tap the knees. There we go, this is 3 and 4. And keep doing these for a little bit. 5, now this time lift your hands off the ground, sit nice and tall. 6, 7, now we're gonna start leaning over our knees. Lean forward, rotate. This is 8, back to the first side. Normally when we go left and right, those each count as 1, but since we're just going through it once, we're gonna make it count. 9, one more time on each side. It's me going off script, doing my own thing. And 10. All right, we're gonna flip over. We have those cat-cows. Knees are shoulder width apart. I'm gonna spread out my fingers. I'm gonna tuck my chin, separate through my shoulder blades, round my back. And then I'm going to look up at the sky. Bring my shoulders down towards my hips. That's 1. I'm gonna speed up just a little bit. And 2. Now, as I round my back, I'm gonna slide my hands away from the tops of my knees. That's gonna give me some extra space between my shoulders. And as I look up at the ceiling, I'm gonna drag my palms towards the tops of my knees. And that's gonna help me get an even closer connection between my head and my butt. I believe we have 2 more. We're gonna call this next one our last one. Big press through the floor. Really create much space as you can between your shoulders. Okay, now we're just gonna take a seat on our ankles, or you can stand up if you want. We're gonna do some shoulder carves. I'm gonna take my hands parallel to each other. Imagine they're holding a pencil. I'm gonna draw a box that's gonna face you guys. Ready? So I'm gonna come back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up. Now we're gonna just kind of draw out a circle. I'm not moving my hands, I'm moving my shoulders in order to move my hands. Ready? Let's do this again. Forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up. Connect it all together. Now we're gonna get back in that tabletop position. We're gonna do what's called bird dog. Now again, all these sort of movements, if you just kind of willy-nilly flow through them, you're not gonna get much out of them. I want you to always imagine having like a hot cup of tea on your back and you don't want it to spill. Okay, you don't wanna burn yourself. So I'm gonna spread my fingers wide. I'm gonna get my knees shoulder width apart. And then what's gonna happen is we're going to lift opposite hand and knee. But before I do that, I need to first press into the ground. So my left hand, right knee, press into the ground. Lift, then your opposites. So the right hand, left foot, and get long. Crunch your ribs together, pull your arm up by your ear. Return them to the ground without shifting. Don't spill the cup of water. Now spread the ground between those 2 that you just returned and then go to the other side. So this is 2, we're gonna speed it up just a hair. 3. You should not be going faster. 4, we're going to 10. 5, as you get out long, think about crunching your ribs and hips together. 6, so you're not just extended through the back. Spread the ground, think before you move. 7, 8, if you're pregnant or have recently had a baby or have a lot of ab separation, this is great to do. 9, instead of a lot of our ab movements. And last one. And 10. Okay, now we're gonna come up to a full stand. We're gonna do what we call Cossack squats. So I'm gonna get my feet nice and wide. I'm gonna imagine there's a butt behind me, and I'm gonna sit on the far side of the bench, and I'm gonna drag my butt across the bench to the opposite side. That's 1. Drag my butt back. 2, 3, and each time this bench gets lower. 4, 5, 6, keep your chest up. 7, 8, pull those hips back. 9, and 10. Now we're gonna walk our toes in. We're gonna bow forward as if we're doing a good morning. Then I'm gonna drive my knees apart and sit down into a squat. Now without my shoulders going any higher, I'm gonna lift my hips back to a good morning and then stand all the way. That's 1. I'm gonna speed these up. 2. 3. So we're gonna have a hinge, squat, back to a hinge, stand. That's 4. If you can't quite figure out the hinge versus the squat, film yourself. 5. Or find a reflection in a sliding glass door or something. 6. 7. Bow forward. Drop your hips. Hips up. 8. 2 more. Feel the burn. 9. Last leg movement for a little bit. 10. Now we're gonna go for 10 push-ups. We have 2 movements left, and this list is done. 10 push-ups. Now if you need to do it against a box or a counter or a chair, do that. Do an incline, okay? If this is what I'm doing is too easy for you, do them on rings. Put your feet on your box or your chair and do a decline. But we're just kind of really warming up. So 10 push-ups, spread your fingers wide, and your chest has to hit the ground without your thighs hitting the ground. So this is what it's gonna look like. Let's do it together. Lean forward on the way down. That's 1. 2. 3. Hips and shoulders move together. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, 1 more. 10. Now pike your hips, jump your feet towards your hands, stand. We have 10 of these, let's go. Hands down, feet jump back, lock your knees out. Feet come back, come to a full stand. 2, 3, 4, crunch your abs at the bottom. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you for joining me for today's grocery list snack. Make your day a great one.